With South Park making it okay to shit on Kathleen Kennedy, does that mean they're finally gonna, put her out of her misery and get rid of her?
No.
There's
God
too
damn
much
it.
bureaucracy behind the scenes for that, unfortunately.
I don't know. I find it very hard
At some
to
point,
believe.
eventually, but
She's becoming a joke now, and that usually doesn't bode well. It's one.
hell,
It's
you
one
remember
thing.
that?
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
You remember that? You remember that lady that turned into fucking Godzilla in the original South Park?
Barbara Streisand.
Yep. Streisand effect. Only it's going to be now the Kennedy effect. Mark my words.
Yeah, well, that kind of leads in well to this article from Variety. If I can hit the right button here. There we go. Where I'm not going to get into the article. Most people have already heard about this. Pretty much, it's a mainstream publication saying how Marvel's in trouble and having problems and blah, blah, blah. I'll put the link to it in the description for those who want to go see it if you are unfamiliar, but that's the gist of it is, hey, Marvel's in trouble. And it's like, now that they've put this up there, it's like all of a sudden a whole bunch of commentators that are usually all gung-ho about anything Marvel are suddenly going, yeah, it is a problem. It's like and a lot of them seem like they've wanted to say it for a long time, but as soon as Variety said it, it was permission to do so or something. It's like, why is it that Variety can post it and all of a sudden everyone goes, oh, it's okay to do, when other YouTubers and commentators have been saying exactly the same thing going on about 5 years now? How is it that they got to set the standard for what's allowed to be discussed and what's not? What do you guys think is going on there?
Because they are the truth, sir. They know the truth. They know the truth better than everyone. They have the power to tell you the truth, sir. And by the grace of the daddy government and the mainstream, we have now spread the truth, sir. That's why we can speak like this now about this worthless, ignorant cow we named Kathleen Kennedy. Now bow your head, sir, before the mighty mainstream and spread the truth.
That was impassioned. I like their their up and down financial graph here. They have all the characters that did well on the upside, and then you come over to the downside and the shows that didn't quite make it too well. Although Loki ain't quite as bad as they're saying. It's not that great either. It could have been so much better, but
well, it went from its number one grossing show on Disney Plus for Marvel down to no one gives a damn.
yeah,
I think that's what it is it went from one of the highest success on Disney Plus to now you could run a truck through it.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like you almost saw a bit of a tug of war in this season of Loki, because in one episode they want to keep him that kind of almost simpish Loki. In another episode, they remember, oh yeah, he's Loki, and they let him do Loki things, and all of a sudden he's cool again, and then they draw it back. You know, it's like it was almost like there is a they couldn't figure out where Loki's character lands, and the writers were going back and forth on what he's supposed to be.
Well, isn't there different writers each show? Sorry,
that could be,
and that's the problem. Because, and I think traditionally they used to have writers that followed characters through the show, and the only time you switched it out is if the writer left. And I think that's part of the problem is there's a lack of continuity. I mean, you can't. The characters are kind of like characters are like onions. Well, I can't do that right.
Yeah, layers.
Trolls, like ogres, are like onions. They got layers. So, and I mean that's kind of what it is with a long running characters. You need to have layers with that character, in my opinion. This is strictly my opinion. And if you don't have somebody who's got like a long term plan, and you're constantly shifting around the writers for that character, you end up getting a mess, which is what they have. But I think it's just that they don't have good writers, anyways. They just don't.
They do have some good performers, though. Ouroboros, played by Short Round from Indiana Jones, he damn near steals every scene he's in. He is fun. And I think that's why they've lost a lot of audience, but those who were sticking around are seeing some improvements in it. And really those improvements are mostly because the characters are having moments that are just fun character moments. But if you sit there and pick apart the logic of the messy timeline of events, you're going to find plot holes left and right.
Yeah, well, I think that with the the constant jumping back and forth on a timeline, I think you're just going to lose people. I mean, you might get the diehards that watch, but I think a lot of normals that just kind of fall away because it becomes too confusing after a while. If something becomes too hard to follow, people aren't going to watch it or read it.
No. Let me stop you right there, sir. You are talking to a Kingdom Hearts fan.
No, sir, you are not talking to a Kingdom Hearts fan.
No, you're talking to me. That's the problem.
No. You're talking to me.
Are you talking to me? Huh?
Yeah, you are
You're
talking to me, boy.
You're talking to me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, boy.
Now we all sound like a Pizza Hut's Big New Yorker commercial.
Well, yeah, you're talking to a Kingdom Hearts fan, and I will say this. It is completely fucking insane, but I'm entertained. This is just stupid and boring, and I hate it. That's Marvel's, by the way. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, you can be fucking convoluted and stupid with plot holes all you want. Just make me have fun. That's what I'm asking out of you.
That's why I'm still a big fan of the 1986 Transformers movie. I could point you out plot holes left, right, and center. Yet if that thing's on, I'll sit down and watch it and enjoy the hell out of it. I love that movie, and it was all because the characters are so much fun.
I'll throw my hat in the ring on this. So consider that everybody is getting pissed off with the mainstream media and what's coming out of Hollywood. And, well, next year is a special year in the United States of America. So it's time to do damage control to make sure people don't rock the boat. That is my 2 cents. I don't think that's entirely the reason why mainstream media gets to manipulate everybody, but I do think that as a part of this article, partly.
Yeah, a piece of
Can't
the puzzle.
do too much damage control in terms of pop culture. They have absolutely nothing planned till midsummer.
Well, they better start now.
Well, no, the strikes put everything on hold, so now they're pushing it all back. The only thing that still has a guaranteed release date is Argyle with Henry Cavill, who was non-union.
Hey, hold on.
Welcome, Tim Allen.
Hey, Tim Allen. I'm sorry. Just to recap. When does Dune Part 2 come out?
It got moved.
It comes out sometime.
In the future.
When there's no longer a strike.
But not before then.
If there's any chance of Marvel being resuscitated, I think this strike facilitated it because Feige.
Well,
I know Feige's not without blame because he said, "Oh yeah, we're going into diversity." But when he actually had the chance to sit down and watch something, half a season of something, and went, "Hell no," that's a good start right there.